Today I'm gonna take this Husqvarna 51 apart and try to fix. I'm guessing I'm having choke problems or something like that with the carb, but I have a brand new carb, and actually I have a whole new kit for this saw. I have a carburetor, gas lines, the filters, and everything for it. Even got a switch. The switch was separate. I think I only paid like $4 for it or something like that. But see, it comes with the whole shebang. I think I only paid like $21 for it on eBay. But if I'm not mistaken, I bet you these are the kits that come from Husqvarna from China. So let's dive into this. This is my first time actually working on a saw. Well, not Husqvarna, it's not my first time. Because when I worked at Asplin, we had 550s and 445s and 372s. We had a 365. Those 365s are actually really good saws, and all they are is a really, to me, there's just a few things that separate that saw from the 372. But at first glance at this this saw, I do have a new breather. I mean, a air filter on this one, so I don't need that. So that right there would be a extra one for me. I really don't know much about this saw. I bought this from Corey on the Facebook page, which he's actually a really stand-up guy. Let's see. I like that. It's got a OEM spark plug. That looks like a brand new carburetor. I wonder if the ignition coil is new. Because one of the guys that previously owned this saw said that he never could get this thing to run right, and let's see if this is the problem. I hope that's what it is, because like I said, all I did was pay 20-some, I think it was $21 and something for the kit. Let's see. It's not bad in my book, man. If you can spend as less as possible trying to fix your chainsaws, pretty good in my book. One thing I do like about Huskies, they got on their tags right here, it tells you the date, the size of the saw, and it gives you the serial number. I don't know if other saws are like that or not. I have not really paid attention to it, but I do. Husqvarna is the only one I know that actually does that. Well, to my knowledge. Like I said, it could be other ones that do that. That's in pretty good shape. There's nothing wrong with it. There's no fraying or nothing like that. Got good tension on it. Okay. It's got a broke switch. The on and off switch is broke, but I do have a new one of those. Even have the cord that goes from the switch to the coil itself. Let's take this shroud off. This might be what's wrong with it. I hope. thing's actually pretty clean. It's not that bad shape. There's a little bitty small piece in the line right there, but that's not through the wire. But I'll tell you what I'm going to do anyway. I'm going to go ahead and replace that, the cord and the switch, just to see if that's really what's wrong with it, because you have to sit and hold this thing at full choke, and you push the choke in a little tiny bit and it'll stay running, but it won't let you close the choke and run. To me, that's like an impulse problem behind your carburetor. It goes into your block. I was told that this is a 55 top end piston and cylinder, but I really don't know. This could all just be brand new. I mean, because you can buy this kit on eBay for like I think it's like $45 or something like that. But that's one thing I do like about this saw. Even all these the saws from the 90s, all their kits are pretty cheap. So let's just go ahead and pull that switch cord off. Yep, this is not going to be easy. Got that out. The gas lines look like they're new. Maybe he done a lot of work to this and it didn't run right for him. I mean, who knows? I have no idea. But Corey didn't work on this saw. The guy that owned it before did. Okay, come on. Come on, pop over. Okay, I see why. Them little Y clips in there. I mean, you can still use it, but I'm gonna keep this just as a backup, just in case. I mean, how do you break that? How do you break that? Again, these parts for this saw are pretty cheap. I think that's why a lot of people like buying these saws and porting them. Because they know they can get them for a cheap price. And I'd say these saws are pretty much a dime a dozen if you're looking for one. I'm in the market for a 61. I'd love to have a 61. Every one that I find, you know, people want too much for them, 250 bucks and above. I've actually found one that a guy wanted to sell for I think it was 150, but it was I think it was just a part saw. And there was one on Facebook for sale for 100 bucks. It was just a part saw, and that would probably would have been right up my alley. I just I didn't buy it. Let's see. Oh, I hope and pray. Okay, there we go. Now, find the extension there. There it is. Laying right there on the table. Wasn't even paying attention. I've got the older impact and I've got the newer one too, which I think I'm gonna use that one because it's got different speeds on it. Because you know you can turn it all the way down and stuff. I don't know.
Where's your phone?
Right there, it's filming. Okay. The wife interrupted me there for a few seconds. But, you know, if you look at this, it don't look bad, it just needs cleaned. And this is the OEM, I guarantee you that. Because this one don't have anything like that on there. Well, flip it over. See? There's no numbers or letters or anything like this. It's aftermarket. Well, you can tell by looking at that one. I mean, this saw fires up. It'll run with the choke halfway out. But as far as putting a bar and chain on this thing and throwing it in the wood, I wouldn't do that. I know what I want to do. I want to clean this sawdust out of here. I always put it on the edge of my bench. Scratch some of the stuff out. Ooh, the magnets crack. Am I the only one that loves the smell of this the gas and the oil from these old saws? I mean, because what it reminds me of is like history. You ever walked into somebody's old barn or anything and you smell this smell, you know exactly what it is. It's either a chainsaw, a hedge trimmer, it could be a weed eater. I mean, you know what that smell is when you smell it. Okay, got my two little screws here. Get out of my ear, you little bug, whatever it is. It's aggravating me. Go on, bug, leave me alone. And before anybody asks or says anything, yes, I know you have to space this out from the flywheel. And I think what I need is in this box. This is a part box that has all kinds of different stuff in it. No, it's not in here. But I do have a backup. gauge filler. Oh. If I'm not mistaken, that's going to be a bigger one. Let's see. I wish I could get those out. I might have to take these apart to fix them one day. These filler gauges are for a semi, like for a Peterbilt or a Kenworth, stuff like that. But I think I might be able to use it to gauge. No, I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. Well, that kind of sucks. Old carb method. I know people don't like using that. They like actually using the gauge filler, which I would like to do that myself. But unfortunately, I'm gonna have to buy a set of them, I guess. That sucked. Barely turned that thing again. I was told when you do this, take your flywheel to your ignition where the magnets is, and then pull the card out, because it's the right it's the right what's the word I'm working for? It's the right spacing. Okay. I'm guessing that goes up through there, don't it? There was something that came off, but I don't. Okay, yeah. That's what came off. It came off right there. That's for the. Dang, man. That's what I like about this. Magnet. They work really good when you need them. Okay. Oh yeah. I get the switch. Switch goes in there. And put the shroud cover back on this thing. They both go in here, away from the flywheel. I don't like that right there. Okay, so I had to run down the road for a few minutes. Came right back. Say that right there goes up in between that. And man, if that ain't got a long cord on it, ain't it? Longer than a drink of water. Bring this up. Stick it down in there. Okay, now it's done underneath there. Yeah. Put it underneath the gas line. Don't just love it when stuff comes together when you want it to. Well, come on. Leaking a little bit of fuel. That means that gas cap is not that great. Yeah, that's fuel. It's either that or it's coming out of the tank somewhere. No, I don't reckon it is. Okay. There's my chain adjuster, which it ain't got the screw down inside of it, but I got some parts that I can use to fix that with. It's a good part. One thing I don't like about these 51s is the muffler itself. I know you can do muffler mods on this, and I know you can do mods on the cylinder, but I've never done it. I know I've just watched videos on it. I want to check out the pulse to see how it looks. Actually looks pretty good. It's not really bad or anything. I think one of the problems that this other person had was tuning, if I had to guess. I know that these particular saws are really aggravating to work on. There's a pin or something that's supposed to go in there. Now, trying to get this to line up with the carburetor and everything else, it's going to be a pain in the rear. I don't know, once I get one of them lined up, it should do good. I think that's what I'll do. Just line it all up like that. Huh. It worked out, but it's not really working out for me. 'Cause I have no idea what I just done to myself here. Is that the trigger? Yep. Okay. The pulse looked pretty good. It wasn't clogged or anything. Ooh. Okay, just making sure that none of that's in the way. That new spark plug wire is long. Just making sure that's simple. Okay, let's do a reverse here, ain't we? Put all these back on. Huh. All the rest of them are 4-ways. Which I could use a 4-way, but well. I know it's hunting season in some of the most states. I wonder if you guys are been out scouting, or you got you a place picked out, or you're waiting for rifle season. I've got a place picked out. I'm just waiting. On the activity to build on the deer itself. Okay, just making sure that tighten that back up. Might have to put a zip tie around that to hold that in place, keep it from doing that. Well, here's my newer one. I'm gonna put my old, well, the one that looks old, but it's not really old, on. There it is. I know I ain't the only one that does that. You lay something down and you look for it for about 10 minutes, and it's right there in front of you. I think we all do that. There we go. Let's see. I know I have got a small screwdriver. See if it fits the holes. Okay, on the cover, your high's up, your low is low. Well, let's tell you what we'll do. We'll start it first to see if we can get it started. Because I've already got gas in this thing. I got to turn it on. Put the choke on it. Well, that was with pushing the choke back in all the way. That's all the way back out. I didn't want it to do that. Why does it keep doing that? Ooh, that's making me mad. I don't like it. It's in the... It's not the carb. It's got to be a way it's feeding it from the tank to the carb. But it's got no gas lines. And the guy that had this before me, Corey, he didn't work on this saw, but the guy before him's one worked on this saw. He said he never could get it running right. So I think that's what's wrong with it, impulse. And a buddy of mine told me if you're working on impulse, you just pour gas down in it and it should clear it out. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this saw to him. I'm going to take my other saw to him. Because to be honest with you, he knows way more than I do about these saws. Well, all I know is, I know it runs. It just won't run long. So, yeah, I'm not much of a chainsaw mechanic. I know the basics to get them going, but I will finish this video out. I will. I just have to get my buddy Brian to, you know, get hands-on with this stuff and show me, you know, stuff that I need to know about these saws and why it does that when it does do that. That's how that tears up. When you push on it, it wants to pull away from the trigger itself, the shut-off trigger. Well, only thing I know to do is finish this video when I can.